These are all my thoughts and opinions based on public information out there. Please do your own research, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know about you, but this looks like, I don't know if you follow Viking, the series. It's really good show, but it's just that kind of weather. You know what I mean? First things first, I wanted to talk about a few things because I don't like to get involved with some stuff, but I felt compelled to talk about this. I am friendly with According to Task. This another really lovely YouTuber. I'm pretty sure that most of you who follow me follow her as well. So I woke up this morning to I don't know, a bunch of crap on Twitter, and I see Taz being attacked by some stuff. So I decided to go to this account because it was about this account. So I went to the account. I just can't get over how pretty everything is. I love it when it rains, guys. To check what the hell was going on and why, because apparently she blocked Taz and she was saying these things. So I went into her account to kind of understand what's going on. And apparently this woman basically went off on Taz. And I read it. This is not something that somebody told me. I wanted to check the account. And her excuse for bullying, harassing, and maligning Taz was because she had the temerity to take a vacation with her husband. I mean, she's still posting on media and stuff like that, but she admits that she was envious of the fact that Taz has a life. And then what is the most, and I think there should be a law against this, because Meghan does this all the time. When you tell somebody you're going to kill yourself just to get attention or to be manipulative. She did this, and I saw her postings on Twitter saying that, in a couple of hours I'm going to be gone, and and then apparently she sent a text to Taz telling her that she had overdosed. So Taz immediately, being a decent human being that she is, decided she moved heaven on earth to get her help, to the point that she actually successfully managed to get the ambulance and police to show up to this woman's house to help her, only to have this woman laugh about it and malign her even more. Now that should be illegal. This woman, she doesn't have mental health issues. She's nasty. She is a manipulative narcissist who got the attention she wanted, but in a negative way. This is just what Meghan Markle does. So Taz, you did nothing wrong. I don't know what the hell's going on in this world with these people, but they are sick. They truly are sick. Now that I've talked about that, I wanted to talk about something very important. Manchester United won yesterday. I'm going to start crying again. I mean, I was jumping so much up and down like crazy. I mean, Cristiano, he's the best. He's the best. I am so happy. He's amazing. I mean, this man is amazing. And, people talk about the UK being racist. That is absolute, and I'm going to swear, bullshit. Because the entire stadium, the entire United, well, the ones that are Manchester United fans, and even the ones that are not Manchester United fans, I have to get them, wait, I'm going to stop this for one. Sorry, I had to get the umbrella. You can see the change on color because it's green. So, yes, so Manchester United, I mean, the entire United Kingdom was rooting for this gorgeous piece of hunk of Portuguese man who's not white, and we all love him, and everybody loves him in England. Even his opponents like him. I really like him. So I'm very happy about that. Now that I've talked about Cristiano and how happy about Manchester United winning, thanks to Cristiano, this video is about why Meghan is such a failure. I'll tell you why. It's very easy, actually, and the comparisons I'm going to make, there's nothing wrong with working as a maid or being a servant. That is a very decent job. The problem that Meghan has is what she's doing with it. Okay, I know there was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, yes. Guys, if you can you please follow my kid on Twitter? And also me, but my kid, I'll leave his handle on Twitter handle so you can follow him. He's a bit shy. So he's studying and stuff like that. So if you can follow him, that'd be great, Yeah, so let me know. So Meghan Markle, the issue that we have here with Meghan Markle is the following. And for my American friends who don't understand how the royal family works, and I have to make a little parenthesis on this. Oh, I know what I wanted to say something. Oh my God, did you see the Duchess of Cambridge? Holy crap. That woman is gorgeous. It reminded me of Princess Diana when she used to, we also lived to see what she was going to wear because she always was so gorgeous. And even when she wasn't, the gowns were not that great. The way that she pulled them off, was amazing. But Catherine, and William, I was laughing, I was laughing because the way he gave his wife the elevator look. I don't know if you guys know about that. When dirty old men give you that elevator look, they look at you, they look at your breasts, they give, up and down. That's the elevator look. But William, to his wife of 10 years, 3 kids. I hope that night we get the 4th one, Come on, William, we're rooting for you. And the Duchess, take one for the team. Take one for the team. We need another kid. So anyways, the way he eyed her up and down. And you know what the difference was? It made me so sad that he was so proud of her. That guy, if he could have flown, he would have flown. Prince William was literally on cloud 9, being so proud of his wife. Why couldn't Prince Charles do the same? And this is where I go with 2 things that are completely different. But anyways, now let's go back to Meghan. Those are the 3 things I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry I took a little bit of time. Okay, I'm gonna give you a metaphor, a comparison. I know the royal family is slightly different, but it's just a little bit of a comparison. Steve Jobs created Apple or founded Apple with another guy. But let's just talk about Steve Jobs. He has 2 children, or he has children, I think. I am pretty sure that all the children have stock in the company, part of the stock market. They have invested. I'm pretty sure they all do. Can you imagine, for example, if I don't know how many kids he had, but can you imagine if the kids had been working in the company as well as having stock in the company, right? But then they decided to quit. If they had been working for Apple and they had a role, like an official title in Apple, I'm pretty sure that then they could rightfully say that they could go out and speak on behalf of Apple, especially if that job entitled for them to speak or do a PR or anything on Apple. And I'm pretty sure that if they had had the jobs and they had left afterwards, they would have removed them from the website, and then they would no longer go around saying, I still work for Apple. People would know that their father was Steve Jobs and that the father's company is Apple, but they wouldn't be going around talking about that. You know what I mean? Or pretending to be part of it. Harry and Meghan, the Queen, is a monarch, which is an official role. The monarchy's website is an official government website. And this is what people still don't understand. And I still get things from people saying, oh, no, it's the Queen, it's a monarchy, they're above the government. No, they're not. The royal family is a constitutional monarchy. They're not above anybody. They serve everybody. It's a really weird place they are, because they are masters and servants at the same time. They have a lot of privileges, but they don't rule us. It's not an absolute monarchy. They were allowed back as a constitutional monarchy, bound by laws and rules of the people, represented through Parliament. The problem is that Parliament is failing the people and is failing to hold the royals accountable. So Meghan and Harry were offered positions within the work as working royals. They knew what the job was. If you go to their engagement interview, Meghan Markle clearly says, whereas I didn't know what being a royal was a year and a half ago, I do now. And the reason why that is important is, the Queen gave her personal assistant, Mrs. Angela Kelly, a lovely lady. It doesn't get much higher than that. And then she gave her another ultra experienced person to show her what their role was about. Why did they do that? For a simple reason, that when they got that, she needed to understand they didn't want to make the mistakes that had been made in the past. They needed whoever was coming in and who actually wanted to work for the royal family to understand their responsibilities and what the job entailed. So Meghan Markle knew what the job entailed. She was giving more luxuries, more advice, more help than anybody in the history with Her Majesty the Queen. So when time came before they got married, they had a very frank conversation with them. I don't think they wanted her around because they had already figured her out, but they were willing to give her the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what, your past is your past, let's move forward. But her behavior from the time she got engaged only got worse. It only got worse. She started bullying look how beautiful that is, guys, sorry. I have the thing because it's actually pouring rain. It only got worse. And it became very clear to everybody that she was a bully. She was nasty, she had no class, and she was exploiting and commercializing the roles, which is a big no-no. So they told Harry and Meghan, you don't have to be working royals. You have seen now what the role is. Are you fully aware that if you work, and I'll tell you why this is so key. Because they were given the opportunity to have no royal titles at all, so they wouldn't have any limitations. So they could go back to California and be private citizens and do their own thing, but without the titles. Because of course, if you're not going to be working for the royal family, Meghan Markle would have been like one of Princess Eugenie's, I don't know which one is with no title. Princess Eugenie's husband, which one of them is married to somebody who has no titles. He doesn't have a title. He didn't get a title when he married her. One of them is a duke in Italy, but I don't know which one it is. So Meghan Markle would have been without a title, and it would have been Prince Henry and Mrs. Meghan Markle, or Mrs. Mountbatten Windsor, or whatever she wanted to call herself. They were told that we're giving you the option, and we will even help you in California with roles and stuff like that. But of course, that's not what Meghan Markle wanted, because who wants to be Meghan Markle? Nobody wants to be Meghan Markle. Not even Meghan Markle wants to be Meghan Markle. She wants to be the Duchess of Sussex. Would you want to be Meghan Markle? No, this is a woman who has been evading reality all her life. And the only person who has issues with her race is herself, because she does not want to have any black in her. She is so angry at that she has some black blood in her. And this is what's funny with some of the black uneducated community, because all the black educated people can see that from a mile away. So yeah, Meghan Markle didn't want to go back to California being Mrs. Henry Mountbatten Windsor or Mrs. Meghan Markle. Because nobody cares about who Meghan Markle is, to tell you the truth. Nobody. And she knows that. And she has been trying all her life to avoid being that person. Because that, is not pleasant for her to be herself. She's a nasty, conniving, narcissist person who's small time. But what is the issue with Meghan Markle? You know why she failed in New York? I'll tell you why she failed in New York, and she's going to fail over and over and over again. Every time Prince Harry goes and does an activity next to her, he downgrades himself. He denigrates himself. He depreciates. Every time he goes and does an activity next to her, he depreciates his value. If you look at the pictures with the UN, none of them were next to Meghan Markle. They want Harry next to him and Meghan Markle on the other side. Okay, because people, it's just the way it is, you know, and it's quite embarrassing to see him dragging along this C-lister where everybody can see she's a nobody. The problem that she has, you know, Princess Diana was not the smartest person, nothing, but she was genuine, she was lovely, and she owned up to her shortcomings, you know what I mean? And she was beautiful, you know, she didn't pretend to be anybody else other than who she was. And the problem with Meghan Markle is that she's trying to convince the world that she wants to be a humanitarian. You know that New York PR absolute failure and disaster trip? I can guarantee you that had they done a video conference, a video thing, and addressed that to New York people, showing them getting the vaccine, because that speaks more, you know, that encourages people more. Had they been filmed taking the vaccine, you know, done a little video and say New York, you know, and donated $200,000, which is, or $500,000, which is almost what that PR disaster trip cost, they would have been more effective and more credible. But of course, that's not what it is. Meghan Markle is like a servant who is given the chance to have the title of master of the house. And instead, she trashes everything and she proves everybody right by being mediocre, not knowing what she's doing, being an absolute disaster. Because let's face it, only coal can produce diamonds, or unless a dead corpse. I know there's a company that if you die and they cremate you, they probably can make a diamonds out of you, but that's very extreme. But you cannot polish shit. Meghan Markle, if she were to own up to the fact that she's average, that she married this guy for love, if she had said, you know what, Harry, we're going back to California, let's leave the titles and let's actually do good work and go to Africa and do this and that, I can guarantee you she would have had the world eating out of the palm of her hand. But that was not her strategy. Her strategy was to marry Harry and go back to California, because she has seen that, for example, Fergie divorced, Andrew. And she keeps the title, and she sees Fergie making more commercial things. So in her mind is thinking, wait a minute, Harry is above ranking than Andrew, so I'm going to make a hell of a lot of money. What she didn't count on was that stupid idiot of Harry following her. So he cramped her style. You know, because I really do believe that she thought that this is why she took off first. Because she thought, oh, you know, there's no way he's going to follow me, so I can accuse him of racism and say that he didn't follow me and play all these cards. But by Harry following her to California, he screwed her plans up, because, you know, now he's the stupid idiot who gave up everything for her. The problem is that they haven't given anything up. The royal family have to remove them from their website. I give kudos to Lady C for saying that, yeah, well, they have them there because they're royal. The Queen Elizabeth has an extensive royal family. None of them are there. Only the ones that are working for. And I know you're going to hate me for this, but Prince Andrew, the way that they worded it, that he stepped back, it's actually correct. Because step back means that we're taking a pause until he sorts his stuff out, which is correct to do. If it had been me, I would have, I probably would have removed him, but maybe not, because indeed he has stepped back. And his issues have to be sorted out one way or another. It can't be permanently that he stepped back. Step back means that at any moment you can step back in. That you can step forward, you know what I mean? So with them having Harry and Meghan on that website, it says that they are working for the royal family and they can step back and they can step forth anytime soon, which means go back into the royal family. That ship has sailed. That ship has sailed, and they need to be removed, because being a relation to the Queen, it's not grounds for being in an official monarchy website belonging to the government. Only working royals have to be there, and they no longer work there. But Meghan Markle, nobody likes her because she's a phony. She's a phony. And by the way, there's no such thing as vaccine inequity. I can tell you that in Nicaragua, it's the second poorest country in the world. They have vaccines coming out of their ears, right, left, and center. They're telling people, go vaccinate, go vaccinate. What people need to see is the example of people actually, famous people actually getting vaccinated. So it would have had more impact if Harry and Meghan would have filmed themselves getting the vaccine, would have donated the money, and would have just sent a message to New York, because that would have been eco-friendly and that would have been actually contributing to the cost of vaccines. But the vaccines are free everywhere. The vaccines are free. So this was a useless, disastrous PR exercise from a woman who is a servant trying to pass herself as the owner of the castle, and everybody can see right through her. And the sad part is that everybody knows she doesn't want to be herself. She wants to be somebody else, but you can't, because you're Meghan Markle. You're a nobody. So what do you guys think?